at 45. We are here, bruh. We are here. Let's talk about it. Let's get into everything that's going on, that's transpiring. Hey, we lit, y'all. We lit, man. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the content, man. All social media platforms. I'm talking about all social media platforms, from TikTok to Patreon to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We all there on every single platform, y'all. So, man, make sure you guys show love. Let's get right into it, man. We don't got no games to play today. BET Awards, man. The BET Awards, fantastic, bro. 25th anniversary was fantastic. The best BET Awards in years. Like, I feel like Black Twitter was back, man. Black Twitter was back. You know how it is for these certain award shows. But BET 25th anniversary, I loved it. I love the nostalgic of it. Hey, look, they just sent BET said, let's get the 2000s acts and let's bring them out. We seen Wayne from B2K, from Ashanti, from the tribute to Jamie Foxx, bro. Like, and many more. Bow Wow. I love how they recreated the 106 in Park, man. I love the shout outs to the host, the legendary host of AJ and Free and Terrence and Roxy, and and Bow Wow and his impact from 106 in Park. I love how they were paying homage. I love the nominations. I loved everything about the BT Awards. It was very classy, but it was also funny. Kevin Hart, you couldn't do no wrong. I love that Kai Cenat and Drewski and Kevin Hart, bruh. Like, their energy, right? I hope they're making a movie together, because they stole the show for me as far as the behind the scenes. It made me miss Real Husbands of Hollywood, like those type of shows and skits. They are hilarious. Of course, you had so many things happen, awards given out, but I just feel like it was a very good event overall. And I feel like that's something BET has been missing, is people really showing up. Like, people were actually showing up yesterday. It's like a lot of people that you wouldn't expect to be at the BET Awards present day. A lot of people showed up and showed out. Like I said, you had the nostalgia. You had Ludacris spitting the freestyles. Like, it was fire, bro. It was fire. It really reminded me of the old BET, the old 106 in Park days. Like, where it was exciting for the BET Awards, and it's something to give kudos to, like, being 25 years, like, in the running as far as like the award show and these type of events, bro. And I love that a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people came out. It was a funny thing that happened, of course. Wale, and I feel like, man, Wale is such a legend, but he's always in these certain situations, which is crazy enough. I don't know why, but Kai Cenat, he didn't really recognize Wale, but I understand Kai Cenat, he's still young. He's 22, 23 years old. Yes, you can say, okay, he probably does know him, but look here, Kai Cenat just be having fun and just be cheerful and joyful, bro. I love his energy. It's infectious. I love that he was streaming, because he caught Wale. Look here, bro. I seen you at the other event the other day. You're not gonna play me like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know who I am. Come on now. Now it's like Wale always get the back, bro. It's always something going on. But man, shout out to Wale. Come on now, a legend in music. That's something to be spoke about. I seen him recently being on a press run and seeing, not even just press run, but just doing interviews, getting out his comfort zone. So it was fire to see him and everybody that was there, bro. Like, you had Tyler Perry that had a speech. You had a lot of things going on. Kevin Hart, of course, hey, I love that he was joking about some serious things that were going on, but like, to lighten up the mood and lighten up I feel like he did well. He does great at hosting, because he's lighting up in the mood. Because in a lot of these certain events, bro, a lot of these people be snobby people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the industry type of feel from people. But like, this felt like it felt like the Cookout reunion vibes, bro. And we just celebrating. We just celebrating our people, bro. But I really want to just give them their kudos, man, and just shout out to the BET Awards, because that was fire, bro. Like, that was an award show that was so monumental to us growing up, us millennials, and specifically, like, it was important. Like, you had to run home to go see 106 in Park, or to view Rap City. You was running home to see who was on the BET Awards, to see who was going to be featured, to see who was going to be the top artist. Like, these were moments in our lives that were like monumental, bro. And then this was on the cusp of like Twitter really going crazy. Those days, bro, I would never, like, come on now. Like, those days from I would say the late 2000s to the early 2010s, unmatched. It's just unmatched. That nostalgic feel you just don't get back, and it was dope to see. It was dope to see, and I love that Wayne came out to perform. He set the stage with a million. Welcome to the Carter, and everybody's talking about the Wayne album, of course, and I'm a Wayne stan. If you know me, Wayne is my favorite rapper, greatest rapper of all time. You can't tell me nothing about it. And the Carter 6 just came out this past weekend, and a lot of mixed reviews on it. Even myself, I would say I was underwhelmed with the album. But one thing I will not ever say or question is Wayne's rapping ability or his ability to really make a song. But I get the gripe. It was the production, beats, whatever. But what I loved about him coming to perform on the BET Awards, it's like, all right, let me remind y'all as well, too, who I am. And Welcome to the Carter was on the Carter 6, and he performed very well. Like after it dropped, he performed at MSG to start off his tour, and then him performing at the BET Awards. It set the stage for like, okay, look here, I'm still the GOAT. No matter what you feel about the music, because I feel like we can be critical of Wayne, and I completely understand it. And me being a stan, I'm not just gonna be biased. I'll be transparent and say yes, the Carter was underwhelming, but you had a lot of great songs on there too that are getting overlooked because you had this expectation and standard of what a Carter is, and I completely understand that. But let's not just like turn a blind eye to the songs that are good on the album as well too. That's what I was speaking to. From Welcome to the Carter, Flex Up, Being Myself, Written History, the hip hop song. Sharks is growing on me. The Bells, even, and I will say that, and I just had an album review as well on this album. I will say that consistently the album, the direction was kind of all over the place, but it did have a lot of good songs on there. And a critique I will say as far as for Wayne, I just like moving forward, just as far as the production and the team that's around him, just cultivating a certain sound around him, because like when he gets to the high pitch and he gets to certain type of songs, people turn away from it. And let's just be honest, like people turn away from it with the auto tune and stuff. Like I feel like Wayne can rap on anything, but also too, that doesn't mean you should rap on anything, because if it's not up to your standard as you being the GOAT, then you shouldn't rap on it. So I get that though. I get it. But I love that he came to perform. He performed a Millie. He set the stage on fire at the BET Awards with a Millie, and Welcome to the Carter. Like, that's a Carter song right there. That is a Carter song right there. And I feel like with certain songs, it was Carter-esque songs on the album. Hence why I gave the album a rating of a 7. Because I feel like the expectation wasn't met, but the rapping ability was there. He didn't use the auto-tune a lot, and also he had some Carter-esque songs on there. But as far as a Carter, it's a certain standard that we look at as far as a Carter. We do have a set expectation of the Carter. But what I don't want to be missed, because if you truly a Wayne fan, you know that he's not going to do a project and not have no type of good songs on it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like the internet does. Even to the point where on the BET Awards, you had a lot of people commenting, oh, I'm glad he didn't perform any Carter 6 songs. The first song he performed was a Carter 6 song. That just shows me that you can't formulate your own opinion, and you just waiting for somebody else to comment so you can say something and jump on the bandwagon. And that be telling to me all the time. And it doesn't mean that it's not truth to some of the things that they're saying. It's not that. But also, the internet has, the ability to over-exaggerate any type of situation. And we've seen it time and time again. But like, I just want to say shout out to Wayne, bro. Shout out to the people that support Wayne. And for real, like, as far as you're talking about, like, this era, like what he's done, he's done everything for the game. He doesn't have to do any more. Regardless of anything, he's going to be submitted as one of the greatest all time, and to me, the greatest all time, and to many, the greatest all time. So it's like, just because he has this miss, it's not going to make me change my views on Wayne or what I think at all, for real, because I'm truly a fan. But I like I said, I have the capability of being transparent and not just being biased and just speaking from what I feel. You feel me? Like, I think it's hard for people to do that without just solely just disrespecting them. Like people just go to straight disrespect. Let's actually, you know what I'm saying? Let's pump the brakes here. I get it. I completely get it because this is a card. It's an expectation. If you're going to do this or if you're going to have a little lack of direction, just name it something else. Or just because at first it did give me mixtape vibes. It did give me mixtape vibes as far as the direction. But also I do feel like this. I do feel like the album is going to gracefully. It's going to gracefully marinate over time. It's gonna be a good album that we come back to. A lot of songs that a lot of people felt like that weren't good songs, they might like a little bit later. But I seen a lot of like clips of like people changing the beats to the album, and honestly, it can impact the album because like I said, it's rapping ability wise, it's nobody on Wayne's level in my opinion, and he can do that in his sleep. So that's not the problem. The problem is how it sounds sonically in a song structure, as far as the album, you know. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all rated. Like I said, on my Patreon, make sure you guys go to that content. I did a full album review and reaction. Like I said, no matter how I feel about it, I'm happy that we got Wayne music. I'm just not happy about the disrespect, but I also understand the critique. I get it. I completely get it. It's a fair assessment and gripe. I can understand as well too. And it led me to this conversation, like comparing rappers to NBA players. When I think of Wayne, I think of Kobe. I think of a phenom that's been here, longevity, consistent, a master at his craft. Like if you talk about the rings, the accolades, they got it. They embody what it means to be a hard worker. You feel me? Like that mama mentality, I feel like it relates to Wayne. If I know that they have been at odds, but LeBron and Drake, they compare as well too. You talk about another person, longevity wise, you know, debatably one of the greatest, if not the greatest, all the time is getting compared to the GOAT. And also as far as accolades, what hasn't he done? It's one of those things. What hasn't he done? If you look to like, let's say a KD, or even before that, let's talk about the legends like Magic and Bird. I would put Magic and Bird as Tupac and Biggie because they kind of, even though like you could say many other names that were founders, but I'm just saying as far as like rap and hip hop, they were setting the standards in the 90s, and I would view them as like the Magic and the Bird. And for other people, like let's say KD, let's say like people of the current, I would say KD kind of reminds me of like, I would say almost J. Cole, if that would be a good comparison as far as like a Reaper, one of the best. And you can't, look here, ain't nothing you could do about his rapping ability, ain't nothing you could do to stop his shot as far as KD. Like I always compare, when I'm doing comparisons as far as like rappers, I always compare them to NBA players and what that looks like from them. And then for a lot of people, I would say is my GOAT. Like I said, Kobe is like that for Wayne for me. But a lot of people would say MJ is Hove. You know, a lot of people will put him in that upper echelon of like, okay, well, this is the standard. Because honestly speaking, that's where they put Hove. You know, they put him up there in that stratosphere, in that standard. I would have to think about who would Nas be. I would have to think about like certain rappers, like who would their persona most align with as far as like an NBA player. Y'all let me know, like, what are some good comparisons from rappers to NBA players? Like I said, I'll have Wayne as Kobe. I have Drake as LeBron. I will have J. Cole as KD. It would be interesting to see who would Kendrick be, who would like Big Sean be, like of the present days, and then like the newcomers, and then also like the, let's say even going back like LL, like him being like a Dr. J, or like somebody that like shaped and cultivated the space. So it gets to good conversation when you thinking about like rappers compared to NBA players, because you can see how it can align for sure. Since we on this topic as far as like decisions and picking, start, bench, cut. All right, let's get right to it. Start, bench, cut. Y'all let me know. Start, bench, cut, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, or Bruce Lee. Now this one's tough. Now from my experience and what I've watched in my lifetime, I'm gonna start Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan is a legend, and he has been in so many classic movies. Don't even get me started with Rush Hour. So I would have to go with Jackie Chan. He has many other movies that I can pull from, but that's who I've seen the most. Bruce Lee, I'm a bitch Bruce Lee just off of the legacy alone. Like, Bruce Lee is 101. And it's funny because, like, I always thought Bruce Lee and Jet Li were related. I love Jet Li as well, too. But out of those three, I'm going to have to start Jackie Chan. I'm going to have to bench Bruce Lee. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut Jet Li, bro. I'm going to have to cut Jet Li, man. That's a tough one. My next one is an interesting one. It's a rapper one. Big Sean, Wale, J. Cole. Now, these conversations it's getting crazy now. It's getting mixy. I'm starting J. Cole. I'm benching Wale, and unfortunately, I'm cutting Big Sean. And I feel like all of them, at a point in time, even for me, Wale and Big Sean are so unappreciated. They really are. Like, two of the most unappreciated rappers, like great rappers that don't get their just due or their credit. As far as 2010s, running the 2010s as well too, just like the others. But I'm starting J. Cole. I'm going to bench Wale, and I'm going to cut Big Sean, unfortunately. I just think as far as Wale, his music has been so versatile throughout his career. It's hard to not have him on like a roster. If I was making a roster of rappers, he is so pivotal to a roster and to really music, because he changed and cultivated a sound at a certain point in time, bro. We can go to Lotus Flower Bomb. We can go to Bad. Like, we can go to Diced Pineapples. Like, hey, Wale don't get he don't get his credit. And J. Cole, like, one of my favorite rappers, like top 3 my favorite rappers. So I'm definitely would start J. Cole. All right, start, bench, or cut. All right, y'all let me know. Y'all let me know some start, bench, cuts too out there. I'm gonna do a last one, a start, bench, cut, and see where y'all take this one, because I'm gonna do a shoe version. All right, Allen Iverson, start, bench, cut, AIs, Penny Hardaways, or Jordans. Get crazy. And pennies are the phones, for y'all don't know. I'm starting. Man, it's tough. Because I don't wear phones, I'm starting Jordans. I'm benching AIs. And this is crazy for me to say. Maybe a hot take. I'm cutting foams. Like, for me, I was never a foam guy. I loved how they looked. Like, for the Galaxy foams, like for certain foams, I would get. I really love how they look. Just for me, personality-wise, it never matched my persona. And AIs, bro, y'all don't think y'all, look here, if y'all had to be outside when the AIs dropped. AIs was a different type of time, boy. The answers, boy, the color-coded AIs was one of ones, bro. I could say AIs at a point in time was one of the most popular, if not the most popular shoe. Don't get it twisted out this jump, boy. I'm telling you. All right, my last one, I'm going to do a comedy one. All right, start, bench, cut. Y'all ready? All right. Cat Williams, Kevin Hart, Mike Epps. Now, this is one of the toughest ones for me, because you talking about, these are 3 of my favorite. So, oh man, this is tough. Personality-wise, I'm gonna say I'm gonna start. This is tough. I'm going to start Mike Epps because I'm goofy as I don't know what. Oh, man, it's tough because I don't know if I cut Kevin Hart. But I might bench Cat Williams and cut Kevin Hart. That's tough for me to say. The reason why I say that, and I put it in that order, is because based off of my life and based off of what I used to listen to growing up. Now, at a point in time, I will say Kevin Hart, I wouldn't say just surpassed him isn't funny, but just as far as like becoming a bigger star. Yes, I can say that. And Kevin Hart, for anybody sitting here saying Kevin Hart not funny, that's the dumbest take ever to me. For real. I don't believe that at all. Like Kevin Hart is hilarious, bro. Drop down. He just had me dying last night at the BET Awards. Like he's actually like really funny, like effortlessly funny. He just be doing stuff, and he just funny. But in this particular situation, and I can't just say stand, because if I was rating it off of stand up, I would. If I'm rating it off of stand up, I would start Cat Williams. I'm benching Kevin Hart, and I'm cutting Mike Epps. Mike Epps for me, as far as like stand up, is funny, but not compared to those two. But as far as like totality, is like their personality, how goofy they are. Yeah, it's like I can rearrange it based off of like what my preference is. But that's another good one. Y'all let me know you start bench cut Mike Epps, Cat Williams, or Kevin Hart. All right, we're moving forward, guys. We're moving forward. What I want to start? Oh, let's start here. As far as Tyler Perry released new Netflix movie, all right, with DC's own, you already know, Taraji P. Henson, called Straw. This was a drama-filled movie and suspenseful movie right here. I will say that for sure. And Taraji P. Henson destroyed this role from the start to finish. She bodied this role. Like, man, I really love this film, as emotional and drama-filled as it was. It was a really good film. But the thing I was looking for is just like, it ain't have no happy moments, y'all. Like, goodness gracious. Like, she was put through so many situations, just like, bruh. And I could see how a person could really snap. Like, imagine you waking up. As soon as you wake up, you listen to, you got to hear your landlord. They about to evict you. You working as hard as you can. You got two jobs. Your child has an illness that you're trying to take care of. You're trying to help manage. You're paying bills. You're doing a lot of things. You get to a job. The school is calling you. Now the school is calling you about your daughter, but your boss won't let you get off or won't let you leave. Don't give you no leniency about a family emergency. You go to the school. They tell you some crazy stuff and tell you they taking your kid away from you. Then you come back to work. As stressful as it's already. I just got my child taken away, and you got the boss yelling at me, telling me you're not gonna give me my check. Oh, I know one thing you goddamn gonna do is give me my check. That's one thing that got me right there. The check right there, and he talking about some, get your ass out of here. What you talking about? I'm not going, no, boy. I would have died about that check. And all Janaya wanted was her $521. That's all she wanted. She was the nicest bank robber ever in history of mankind. Bruh, she had me rolling. She like, bro, why is she acting like this? What is she tweaking for? And then not even get to that. Then to add insult to injury, she killed her boss. Not even saying accidentally. He over here about to snitch on her because they were in the back while she was talking to the boss and did all that, and she was asking for a check. Dude come in, try to rob him. While trying to rob him, she fighting, tussling with the dude. End up shooting the robber, which saved them. Then the boss talking about some, oh, you set me up. I'm calling the cops right now. At that point, Janai said, you know what? Off with you. Upper room in Jesus. Took that boy to the upper room. Like, that was, like, look here. Like, goodness gracious, I'm talking about from the start of the movie to all the way to the end, I couldn't breathe. The pressure in my heart, bro, because I'm like, bro, is she ever going to get any type of happiness in this movie? Like, goodness gracious. Then she get to the bank. Then the bank acting, she see me all the time. She see me all the time. I pull out this check. Bro, come on now. I don't got time for this. You talking about some ID? But I just seen you yesterday. I get the protocol. Just hand me my money. Hand me my money. And then the lady at the clerk, she want to act all. Well, how about you hand me my money? And Janai, she like, bro, I didn't even recognize I'm out here robbing this junk. She was like, y'all sitting here waiting for me. She letting people sit down. She letting people chill, get a glass of water, walk out. She ain't nicest bank robber ever. And she wasn't even trying to rob the bank. She was simply fed up. It was the last straw. And this movie, like it had so much imagery in it because it depicted it really depicted a person of a life that things like this can happen at any given moment. That people can literally just lose their minds, and people that are going through real things, real life things that can really alter their whole life just in one moment. And that's what I seen, and that's what I got from this as well too. And like with Tyler Perry films, it's not that it's not going to be entertaining, but sometimes it can be too much. It can hit home a little bit too much. And when it becomes repetitive in that way, that's when you have like, I ain't saying like a pushback, but that, yeah, in a sense where you just have pushback, it's like, dang, I may not want to continue to watch this stuff because it like depicts us in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, some of the films are amazing. Some of the films are just too much. But you always going to get an entertaining movie out of Tyler Perry. I will say that. Like, it's no question if it's going to be entertaining. He'll have you dialed in early off of that joint. Because that's one thing, I like, out of all the Tyler Perry films and all the drama it's been, I ain't never seen a movie where it's just not a lick of happiness. Like, nothing. It was no resolve or nothing. Like, what? And then at the end, guys, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen, to add all of insult to injury to everything Janai went through, her daughter died the day before. Then I didn't even speak about the officer that had road rage and almost tried to kill her. And if it wasn't for the other officer, it would try to kill her right then and there. That spoke to another part of imagery, another part of what we go through. That was that right there was probably the most cringiest and toughest part of the movie, I will say. Other than the news at the end, that was tough. Cause the disgust he looked at, the gall, it was just like he was willing to go there. He would have killed her right there if he had to. Easily. So it was like she was going through so much, and you can see she was just a hardworking mom. And at the end of the day, it was like, what was it all for? For real. She ended up walking out. She ended up getting shot. It was like, what? What? Like, what? Tiana Taylor, she did her thing too in this role. She did her thing too. It was some acting in that joint. I will say that. And Taraji P. said she did this in a short amount of time. Like, man, DC's on right there, man. Shout out to her. And while we talking about DC, I want to bring up this topic because this hits home, literally home. Being a PG County native, born in DC, from and raised in PG County, like GoGo was everything to me. Everything to me growing up. And my question is, it's not like in the sense of like what happened to GoGo, because GoGo is still prevalent. Don't get it twisted. But like it was a certain period of time where GoGo was promoted in a certain way. And I wonder what happened to that fire and that drive, because the GoGo every which way you turn, it wasn't a person that wasn't talking about it at all. And that is our culture. That is our music. That is our hometown music. Don't get it twisted. But it got lost somewhere. I don't know where. Was it in the late 2010s where it just kind of like, because the prime GoGo for me, being a millennial, and like what I was listening to as far as Reaction, TCB, TOB, CCB, ABM, XIB, like, and I can go on. The list goes on of what I was listening to. But I would say those were the core from about 05 to like 2012, 13. Like that was my prime of GoGo. I know the Backyard Bands. I know the Rare Essence. I know Chuck Brown. I know my history. But like those years of 05 to I would say 2013-ish was impeccable. And I don't know what happened to like the promotion of GoGo. Because it was promoted, like, I'm telling you, flyers everywhere. Like, it was never not, man, like, venues that are, like, monumental to our culture. Iconic. La Pearl. Like, what are we talking about? CFE. Like, I can go to so many different names, bruh. Like the go-go culture, and for you guys that are from DC or from PG County or just in the DMV area, you know what I'm talking about. And you know how it has changed over years. Like these kids nowadays, they don't know to beat their feet. They don't even know what that is. I've seen it. They tried it. They failed. And it ain't good. And respect to them because they trying to learn. But look here, it wasn't hitting for what it was supposed to be hitting for. For sure. But like, go-go, man, I really miss that essence. Like I said, I know it's still prominent. I know this go-go band still doing their thing. They will always still be doing their thing. The music here is always going to be prominent and be go-go. But for those who understand what I'm saying, for those who were there during that time, they get it. They get what I'm saying as far as like we lost the fire, the oomph. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you lose members. You know things happen to bands. I get that. But like, man, you couldn't tell me nothing about T.O.B. You couldn't tell me nothing about TCB and ABM and Reaction. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing about XIB at a certain time and CCB. Like, what we talking about? And of course, everybody knows. I feel like, which is one of the most universal go-go songs, "Sexy Lady, give me your number, girl." CCB, hey, roll with it. But like, that was the start of, cause like, bro, what? Woola, bro. They don't know, bro. Like our culture, go-go, man, is everything to us. But like, I just truly miss that feel. I will say, I just miss that feel, and I missed how it was promoted, because it's promoted in a certain way. You got certain, certain place. If you look for it, you'll find it. But how it was promoted to where you couldn't go without seeing it. And that's just something I'm just asking my DMV folks in general, is like, what do you think was, where did the disconnect happen? Where did it stop getting promoted as such? That's my question to you guys. My hot takes for the day, because I got some. My hot takes. My first hot take is, most people don't want love. They want attention with benefits. Let's talk about it. Preacher, let's preach today. I'm here today. My hot take is, most people don't want love. They want attention with benefits. And I think that's the problem with the dating pool today. That's the problem with what's going on in society as far as men versus women. You have this certain you have a lot of people that have this certain expectation of what a relationship is supposed to be, or what it entails. But nowadays, I just see things more as a business, or more as a play, or more as a moment to elevate or do something, for your personal self, and not in it for the love. People want the attention and they want the benefits that come with a relationship, but a lot of people don't want the relationship. They don't know what true love is. They don't even know how to define it. And I think that's where a lot of the bumping of the heads are as far as men versus women nowadays. Is like, you have this person that may be wanting the relationship, may be pushing for that, and you have the other person that they just want to have a fun time, but they want the benefits of you being there for them as well too. And I think that's the problem. That's the disconnect. We can't get on the same playing field. And then you also have an audience of people that, look here, believe solely in tricking. Believe, oh yeah, if it ain't tricking that you got. Like, the people that solely believe that you should just solely financially support this person or this partner, and that's where the love, because it's a certain expectation. Now, if you find financially giving, depending on somebody, or you giving finance to somebody in a relationship, that's going to be the expectation. So if you're not giving them the money, then I don't want to do with you. It has nothing to do with love. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people just want the benefits. They want to sleep around. They want to do what they want when they want to. But when it comes down to love, or when it comes down to settling down and making this a real thing, and having a relationship and dealing with everything that entails with the relationship, they don't want that. They don't want that. And I think that's the problem nowadays. That's my hot take for that. Another hot take I have, and I think that needs to be talked about more, and it's up to Ali as far as what I do in my personal life, my professional career. But I want to talk about this. So hot take, I feel like community college and trade schools are underappreciated, and they need to be respected just as much as a college. And that's a fact, because we do need to teach these kids nowadays that these are other options out here. You have other options to excel and to have a career path in a certain way. You don't have to just go down a certain lane. You have other avenues, and it's our job, and it's something that I do in my professional career, is to guide them in a certain way. But that doesn't get talked about enough. It doesn't get talked about how if you go into a vocational school or a trade school, how you only have one goal, and one goal in specific is to get your certificate in that certain field, and you can excel in a career faster. Then a community college, you can get credits, you can also work. Its benefits, its balance. We need to stop just looking at, okay, well, we just have this here, that's the expectation. No, we need to explore other options, and we need to communicate that with our kids coming up, that it's not just one option. It's not just one option for success as well too. And also, we're still pushing college on them, giving them the resources and tools that they need to excel. That's important. And I feel like that is something that needs to be talked about. That's something that we need to discuss with our kids more, because everybody is not built for the 4-year university, and that is okay. But you do have other options. If you want to pursue a career, you want a high-paying job, you want some type of foundation, there are other options. You have a community college that's going to give you your credits, that's going to give you an associate's degree, and then guess what? You can explore it. You can explore a college if you want to, or you can use your associate's or certificate for something good, or add it to your resume, whatever it is. A trade school. I have students that have taken my advice, and they had no path, and they didn't even think about their future. But it was like, okay, what do you like? What are you good at? I'm good with my hands. Oh, you want to think about electrician or engineer, or and I have students that are making six-figure jobs now, coming right out of vocational trade school. So that's a hot take. I feel like it's severely underappreciated, and it should be respected, because these post-secondary options are what's going to shape our future. It's going to shape our future. For a vocational school, we need engineers, we need technicians, we need those things. These are needs, not wants, in our society. In a community college, at the end of the day, you're competing with everybody. You're competing with everybody. You're competing with your parents' parents. You're competing with your parents. The work field it gets tough, because you have a lot of people who are competing for the same job. So how are you going to separate yourself? You need something on that resume to say something. So just utilizing certain options, I feel like, is very important. And my last hot take, guys, is as far as rap and hip hop fans, I feel like for right now in the current climate we're in, is the people that listen to rap and hip hop, they're not just looking solely for lyricism anymore. They're looking for a beat that can coexist with the song, that can go with the lyrics, and that flows well. Rap is not solely about the lyrics anymore. We are getting back to that essence of the boom bap. We're getting back to the essence of real rap. But nowadays, you can tell that the production and the beats matter more than what's being said on the track, and that could be a good thing or a bad thing. But I don't know if that's even a hot take from most. That's just my hot take. I just see it not being solely based off of lyricism, but people want a blend of all, and that's respectable, and I get that. Y'all let me know if y'all on the same page with that as well, man. Hey, man, another amazing episode of the Phase on View podcast, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tap into the content. For the finals, my predictions, Pacers, and OKC. Hopefully, it's a long series. I have OKC in 6. It's not saying underwhelming finals, but it's just not promoted as much, because these two teams are not the big market teams. We knew that coming in. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen, what's going to transpire moving forward. We're going to have a lot of conversations if the Pacers win about Hallie and where his stance is as the best point guard in the game right now. We're going to have a lot of conversations about SGA as far as his legacy if he wins. So stay tuned. Man, much love. Amazing episode, man. Hey, make sure you like, share, subscribe. We out. Yes, sir.